On today's show, we look into how the Rock Hill Band is training their future leaders. And we also look into a sophomore who's taking steps in the right direction when it comes to her career. And finally, we look at how Unified Track builds closer bonds within its team. These stories and more on this edition of Hilltop News. What's rocking, Rock Nation, and welcome to the 18th episode of Season 5 of Hilltop News. Live from Studio 1060, I'm Yukta Vangavetti.
And I'm Scarlett Espinosa.
We have a great show in store for y'all today, starting with Scarlett catching you up on everything going around the Hill. Scarlett?
Today during lunch, HOSA is selling St. Patrick's Day gift bags for $5. It will be during all lunch periods, and you can earn gifts up to a $75 value. Tomorrow, March 13th, the parking lot on the arena side will be closed due to the Rock Hill Relays track meet. Please plan accordingly for parking. On Friday, Stuco is hosting their annual Culture Day parade. We will be on a pep rally schedule, and also on Friday, there will be a student versus teacher dodgeball game during fourth period. Tickets will be sold during all lunch periods and cost $5 per person. If you want to register in a team of 8, you can buy a ticket for $2 to participate.
With the 2025-2026 marching band season approaching, the Blue Hawk Band has started the process of selecting their future leadership team.
From the ladders to the classroom, the Rock Hill drum majors are the core of the band. To pass on this responsibility, the senior drum majors train aspiring leaders to cultivate a skill set that extends beyond conducting.
So I think a lot of people have a misconception that drum major is just about conducting and taking charge with the band, but I feel like there's a lot more work on your character and who you become. Specifically in your leadership skills, I just feel like there's a lot that you end up learning to do. I could say for sure my confidence and just being able to be in front of a group of people has definitely increased.
Beyond their leadership skills, the selection is based on the character that the trainees exhibit, both inside and outside of the band.
Yeah, our drum majors are our top leaders. They are the voice and the face of the band, and so we rely on them to do a lot of things out in the community. And so we want to choose members and students that are that really embody what it means to be a Rock Hill Band member, and really can uphold themselves with the most integrity, the most responsibility, and they're just our leaders that really shine.
Being in the highest position of leadership, drum majors work towards positively progressing the band's legacy.
I definitely want the program next year to be a comfortable place where mistakes are accepted and not scolded at. And I think that really starts with the drum majors. Like, if the band sees that the drum majors can make mistakes and everything can move past it, then the whole band will be comfortable with making mistakes, and we keep our focus on moving forward and not staying in the past in our mistakes.
Regardless of whatever the audition's results are, the trainers encourage the participants to be the best version of themselves. For Hilltop News, I'm Krish Bardia.
The training and audition results will be announced on April 9th.
After previously being closed due to maintenance, PJ Parkway undergoes daily road closure due to construction. If you would like live updates on future road access, you can check out the City of Frisco's X account on the status of the roadway. The Texas House Public Education Committee began debating school choice legislation on Tuesday. House Bill 3 proposes the creation of savings accounts, which will allow public tax dollars to be used for private schools. The bill is similar to the Texas Senate's school choice proposal, but differs in how it prioritizes those eligible for the benefits. Another round of government job cuts are starting, this one for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, who plans to lay off 10% of its current workforce due to President Trump's efforts to reduce the size of the federal government. This has created concern over extreme weather forecasts amidst recent natural disasters. The Department of Education is also laying off employees, including the entire Dallas office.
From the classroom to the dance floor, Avery Porter looked into how the Irish dancer is tapping her way into the spotlight.
While most girls start with ballet or gymnastics, Madison DeFelice was compelled to a more traditional style of dance that inspired a unique hobby.
I've seen Maddie grow throughout dance in so many ways. She started off as this young just sprung girl wanting to dance, having a lot of fun, and I've seen her grow in her discipline and her dancing technique and her stamina as well. And as her personality has changed her drastically.
Starting at just 3 years old, she stepped into the world of dance. As she grew older, she pivoted into a deep love for the medical field.
When I was really little, I did ballet like when I was 2 or 3, and my mom told me that I absolutely despised it. And she had always loved Irish dancing when she was a kid, so she just put me in it. Like, really big desire since I was a kid. I've always loved like taking care of people and helping people, so medicine was always a path for me, and a lot of people in my family are in the field as well, so dancing's always been kind of a hobby. And then as I've met people, I have a lot of friends who I dance with who are going to be doctors and who their families are doctors, so it's just been kind of inspiring.
Just like hopping from foot to foot, she has been able to balance her academics and dance into her daily life.
She's balanced my class very well. She hasn't turned anything late, and she always gets it done as soon as she can. And then anytime she does miss my class, she'll always communicate ahead of time, be like, hey, I'm going to miss next week at this day, can I get it in advance and work on it? And I haven't received, I don't think, any late work from her all year, which has just been crazy.
Dance and medicine grow her ability to think on her feet, and one day she hopes to be center stage of both fields. For Hilltop News, I'm Avery Porter.
Madison's next performance will be on Saturday, March 15th at 12:30 at Lochan's. The story was a perfect timing for St. Patrick's Day. You know, speaking of perfect, Dude Perfect was on campus last Friday.
That's right, Yutha. I was able to catch up with their lead producer to talk a little bit about their impact on the community and PISD as a whole.
So recently we've moved to just south of Prosper's border, basically. So we're still in Frisco, but we're very close to Prosper, and Tyler and Sparky and maybe one more graduated from Prosper High School. So we love Prosper. We've always loved Prosper, and they have been awesome to work with. Anytime we've needed a field, anytime we've needed help, they have a great staff at PISD that's been able to help us out. So I haven't really gone to many other cities since then because they've been so great to work with. So I'm a big supporter of PISD and what at least they've done for our team. I would probably just say a positive impact on the community of Prosper. Like, I know the Hope Walk is coming up in a month. I'm speaking at that with Tim. So we're just, for as much as they do for us, we're trying to do the same for them, because stuff like this I know is not easy. I've worked with other cities and it's been just as hard. So I try to show my love, and we try to show our love right back as y'all do to us. So
our girls kicked off senior night against Plano yesterday. After Plano scored in the first half, our Blue Hawks bounced back and scored 2 penalty kicks to take and maintain the lead throughout the game, securing the win 2-1. They play their last game of the season at McKinney this Friday at 7:30. Boys soccer faced off against Plano Senior last night, ending the regulation 2-2. They went into overtime not scoring, but won the penalty shootout 4-2. Their last game of the season is versus McKinney at home on Friday at 7:30. Unified Track brings people up in unity in friendships, learning how to understand one another and watch the team grow. Ariel Page has the story.
You can have mine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll give it back. I got it all clean there. Okay.
Unified Track promotes inclusion and equal opportunities in the sports field. It can lead to friends and closer bonds.
My favorite part is getting to see our partners grow. I've worked with some of these kids since they were 6th graders, and it has been really amazing to see how far they've come, because, you know, even just some of the kids that I met last year from last year's season, like, just seeing how excited they get to do this and keep going at it makes me want to try even harder to be there for them.
Unified Track doesn't only bring teamwork, but it also encourages individual work as well. Each athlete pushes themselves and sets personal records and develops different abilities.
I coach them the same. So that's one thing with our centralized kids as well as our partners. I coach them the same, and that's the first thing. That's one of the things we said to our kids, our partners. Hey, treat them just like any other athlete, because they want to be treated that way. They don't want to be feel like they're being cheated, you know, because we're under UIL rules, so the rules are the same. So we have to, example, when we run a relay, there's a certain, the triangles on the track, we have to stay in those triangles. It's the same thing, because they can be disqualified. So at practice, we'll coach them the same way as anyone else.
Unified Track is always striving for inclusion to give students equal opportunities in sports, and is always looking for students who want to make sports more supportive. For Hilltop News, I'm Ariel Page.
Unified Track is currently competing right now at Prosper High and will have their next meet on April 3rd at Rock Hill. That's all our Blue Hawks sports. I'm Chris Camardo. Now back to the desk.
Well, that's all we have for today's show. For Hilltop News, I'm Yukta Vangavetti.
I'm Scarlett Espinosa.
Keep rocking, Blue Hawks.